My name's John Livermore and I own a Mitsubishi Evo 9 MRFQ 340 is what it started out as. When I was younger, the dream car would have been a Lamborghini, probably a Countach. But then as I grew up, I started to get a lot into the Japanese car scene. Probably because I lived in Asia for 10 years and the Evo was one car that I always wanted. I did the usual, the remap, the twin plate, 3-port solenoid, 3-inch exhaust, and we got it running about 400. So then we went for like the manifolds, things like that, and we managed to get her to about 430, and that's where my engine tuner, Indigo GT, Anthony there said to me, okay dude, we're kind of on the limit now of the car. And he wasn't wrong, because I was out having a play one night, launched the car, and the whole rear end decided that it didn't want to be inside anymore, and I lost the rear diff, prop shaft, things like that, and that's when this started. But at that time, without me knowing, I was also going through cancer, but I didn't know that I had cancer. The moment I sort of found out and I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, it was time to build that Evo. And a lot of focus was put on the Evo during my chemotherapy and my cancer treatment. We parked the car up, and my mate Lance, who helped me build it every step of the way, he was there literally from start to finish. He got underneath the car straight away and he was like, mate, rear diff, prop shaft. So I got straight on the phone to Indigo, and I think it was 11:30 at night, and I'm like down the phone to Anthony going, talk to America because I want a rear diff, I want this, I want that. So he's, yeah, call me in the morning. Spoke to him the next day, we ordered the rear diff from America. We started to rebuild the exhaust because it took out the center section of the exhaust when the prop shaft went. And at the time, I just started my carbon company, which is a Daibutsu R. We just started that, and I had a small warehouse full of Evo parts that was waiting to go on the car, but I just never got around to the right time to do it. And I'll always remember Lance knocking on my door one morning, because at the time he lived next door to me, and he knocked on my door holding an Evo wing made out of carbon, and he just said, yeah, we're going to carbon the car. And I was like, good thinking, now's the time. And the first stage of this build was just to get the carbon done. So we did the wings, the bonnet, the boot, the doors, all the interior. It was literally like a ratchet set, screwdriver set, couple of floor jacks, some axle stands, and we made that. Although I was there and I was helping, I knew I wasn't much help anyway, because I mean, after a session of chemo, you're not the strongest guy in the world. But everyone rallied around, you know, and while the car was being built, it was also a case of, if I was down in the dumps from my treatment or having a rough week, I just had the help, and it was just nice to know that I had friends around, and I had friends who were going to be there through thick and thin. I think the positivity of having something else to focus on, and knowing that all my friends who were involved were always there for me, no matter what time of night, no matter what time of day. If something needed doing on the car, or if I weren't great in myself, they'd be there, you know, and that kind of gives you that strength and that positivity that I think you need to come out of that positively. Like when I